Hey guys, this is a Merrow A3W. I'm going to attempt to refurbish this, repaint it, polish, tune up this Merrow, and probably try to convert it to run patches. We'll see. We'll see how it comes out. I'll update you on some pics and my process, and yeah. All right, see you guys in the next video. So right here I'm about halfway tearing it down. um, Took off the tension springs, uh, this face plate right here. I removed the two bolts. I took off the needle plate. um, I took off the presser foot, uh, spring components. But I keep the presser foot on just in case, I might want to use it. So, but yeah, I removed the spring that connects here to here. And as you can see, remove the oiler. I'm gonna remove these guides, these little guides up top, and then I'm gonna remove this face plate. I might remove the cams too. I'll get back to you on that. Some of these bolts were hard to take out because they were in here for so long. This is probably like a 150 years old machine. I don't know, probably 1940s or so. But everything was seized on there. I used this little torch to help me. It was only like $2. But catch you in the next video. To my surprise, it's actually pretty clean on the inside. I'm not sure if the owner before cleaned it out, but thanks. Everything else was super hard to get off though. Unless it's just preserved well. I don't know. It's pretty dry though. It doesn't seem like, I don't know. These machines are pretty indestructible in my opinion. I don't know. Side note, this was extremely hard to take off, so I'm guessing it hasn't been taken off in a long time. I had to use that torch to get this off in a lot of force. So, I don't know. If not, this is like insane how like clean it is for its year. Like, I mean, no, this is like, this is not like a tutorial, complete tutorial on how to do this, but it's kind of giving you the basics of what you should be going through when you're taking machines apart like this. So what I did is, like, everything I took off, I kept, very organized. Like, the oiler system's over there, the threading system is all right here, the needles, loopers, and plates all in one spot. I kept everything together. If you follow along, and you kind of use your common sense. But yeah, this is not a complete tutorial, warning. Okay, now that I got like most of the stuff off, I didn't take those off yet. I'll probably do that last, but I got most of the stuff taken off. I'm gonna probably take these cams off because I gotta swap them anyways, and if I take this plate off, that's gonna be fun to polish, but we'll see how that comes out. It'll probably come out good. If not, I have a spare one. Alright, now, yeah, but after I take that stuff off, I'm gonna soak it in this degreaser stuff that I got. So give you another update, let you know where we're at. This is in really good condition though. Like, I don't know, I love these things. Another note, if you're taking these off, I suggest you be very, very patient and very gentle, because if you snap these studs that hold these cams in, this stud runs all the way through to this wheel, crankshaft, whatever you want to call it, and you're pretty much screwed, because this machine's like 150 years old. So good luck finding parts. You better be a very good machinist to fix that. And I peened over one of these before, and I had to rethread it, and it was a nightmare. So be very careful. So after I stripped everything down, I'm gonna start to clean it. I blew out everything with compressed air. You know, you can get that anywhere, Rockies, Home Depot. I think it's like $8. But I'm gonna soak it, clean it with this wire brush. And what I sprayed it with was this ZEP 505. You can get this Home Depot anywhere, but yeah, I'm gonna start cleaning it real good. You know, probably rinse it out and oil it really, really good. Polish the emblems. Let me see what I can do with that again. So maybe another follow up in a little bit. FYI, I do this to prep for painting. You don't want to paint, you know, the outside of something like this without degreasing it and cleaning it really, really good. So I forgot to mention that, but yeah, you definitely want to clean it. Okay, so now that I rinsed it off, I mean, even that looks 10 times better. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some alcohol now, and I'm gonna dry it off first and then wipe it down with alcohol. Even the sign looks a little bit better. But I'm gonna get some alcohol, wipe it down, tape it up, and paint it. Alright, don't judge me. I taped up everything I didn't want paint to touch, so I covered the main cams, you know, all the eccentric cams, and I covered all these holes up here where they're threaded. You don't want to get paint on your threads. It's going to be a pain in the ass to get the screws back in, and some of these ports are oiler ports that go to the main cam, so I covered those. Well, looks like shit, but it'll get the job done. So we're going with Hunter Green. See how this turns out. Also, this was $8.59 at Rockies. If not, I'm sure it's probably around the same price at a Home Depot or a Lowe's or, you know, car shop or whatever. But we're gonna give this a try. It's fast drying, maximum rust protection in the surface. I mean, they all say that, but we'll see. So, I have another oiler that I got from a previous machine that was broken. It looks in better condition than this one. This is like plastic, this isn't glass. So yeah, I'm gonna swap them out, polish them up, swap them out. All right, should be coming out pretty good using this and toothbrush. I'm gonna use that to polish it up in a minute. Okay, well, I think it came out pretty good. let it dry a little bit more. It came out glossier than I thought it would be, but it still looks way better than it did before. You know, and plus, like, you know, it's not a perfect paint job. I'm gonna go around with a Dumor and like polish all this. There's a little spray gun on there. That's why it's important to tape it good. Polish here, polish all this up with my Dremel, and oil it with some of this stuff. It's just basic sewing machine oil. Not really sure 100% the one that, you know, Merrow uses, but I think it looks pretty good. I love this color. So I had a lot of this stuff soaking in degreaser, like a lot of the springs and whatnot, and the plates, the cams, just cleaning it up a little bit because I want it to look pretty. All right, I admit it. I want it to look pretty. Okay, I had this stuff just chilling in oil because I didn't want it to rust. So yeah, we're gonna like clean these up and put them on now. These are all the components. These are the you know, the tensioners and the cam, the tension disc. Yeah, so I'm gonna put this stuff on and then we'll go from there. We won't be using that 12 either. That's an eccentric cam. We're not gonna be using that. All right, let's go. By the way, this is what it looks like so far. You know, I couldn't get that out. NFL, I don't know what that means. Oh, National Football League. The oiler, I don't know if it's leaking. It might be leaking though. Those gaskets are old. Super old in there, but what are you gonna do? Okay, there we go. I guess I got it to work. Kind of tricky. Turn it off. That's pretty cool. Every time I get these are always broken. Cool. We're gonna try cinematic mode. This is the cam I'm gonna be putting in. It's gonna, that bad boy's gonna go right on to right on there, but a little bit more snug. Trying, it won't focus. Oh, there we go, right there. Yeah, right there. So we'll see how that comes out. Okay, so this bolt right here is not recessed, which means like flat flush with this. So when I go to close the plate, it hits that. So I'm gonna use that bad boy to flatten it out, just so it closes smoother. Okay, I'm gonna try to polish this with this. I already started a little here. Looks like it's doing good before I take out my Dremel. So I'll get back to you on updates. Everything else I got on pretty well. Yeah, I put those 4 bolts on this faceplate in. And you tighten them diagonal. So you tighten this one first, tighten this one, tighten that one, tighten this one. Never 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's cross. This one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, here's the finished product. As you can see, I grinded this down, so now this closes smoothly. This is way better than it looks. You know, rest the machine, polish that a little bit. Probably could do a little bit better, but it's good enough. Now I'm gonna put the belt on here. I got a little motor, servo motor. This table I've had forever, but I just use it as my Merrow table. It's had like 7 different Merrows on here. But I'm excited to see how this feeding system works, because on the other ones I usually have like the two different feeds, which you could still do patches on it, but you know, I don't know, you got to get used to it, but it does what it needs to do. It's better than spending $5,000 on a new MG3U. I mean, I bought this for, I don't know, I don't even remember. Couldn't have been more than 100. But completely cleaned it out, repainted it, oiled it. I had a patch guide already in there. These are hard to get. Those. Let me see. Yeah, these are very hard to get. So, yeah, good luck. I mean, you can make them yourself, but you need one of these to kind of like replicate it, get the measurements off it. But looks pretty good. These lights are pretty cool too. I got this from Ocean State Job Lot. I don't know if you have like an Ollie's or something. Check their light section. It's pretty cool. It's a magnet. It's pretty sweet. Alright, this is the first run, well, second run. I ran it once already. I put the billet on. And pretty good. I don't know what that says here, but yeah. When you run these through, you have to make sure that you change the direction of the servo motor, because if not, it doesn't run like a regular sewing machine. It runs in reverse, so always keep that in mind. I'm going to thread it up with some embroidery thread. I don't prefer to use that. I rather Merrow floss, but it's super expensive if you know anything about Merrow floss. Alright, let's go.